These are the Daily Tech headlines for Friday, August 16th, 2024. I'm Sarah Lane. Epic Games has officially launched its own iOS app store in the European Union, including games like Fortnite, Rocket League Sideswipe, and Fall Guys. The company says it's working with developers to launch more games in the future in the store. The Epic Games Store also launched worldwide on Android. Epic is bringing its games to independent mobile store AltStore Pal as well, which announced yesterday that a grant from Epic lets it be accessible for free. Epic also plans to offer its games on Aptoid's iOS store in the EU and the One store on Android. The U.S. Department of Commerce has agreed to give Texas Instruments, or TI, up to $1.6 billion in funding under the CHIPS and Science Act, plus up to $8 billion in investment tax credits. TI plans to expand fabrication facilities in Texas and Utah and potentially create thousands of jobs to help create a variety of electronic devices from cars to medical equipment. TI also expects to receive significant tax credits from the U.S. Treasury to help it expand domestically to a target of 95% of its manufacturing by 2030. Google has opened up Imagen 3 to all users in the U.S. In a paper published at arxiv.org, Google says Imagen 3's high-quality images from text prompts, quote, is preferred over other state-of-the-art models at the time of evaluation. Google also says it's focusing on responsible AI development, adding extensive filtering and data labeling, quote, to minimize harmful content in datasets and reduce the likelihood of harmful outputs. On the flip side, xAI's Grok 2, which also launched this week for premium users on X, got some of its own attention over a lack of restrictions on image generation. California Governor Gavin Newsom announced that state driver's licenses and ID cards are coming to Apple and Google wallets in the coming weeks. As a Californian, you can use this method of identification at select businesses and TSA checkpoints in airports, although the law still requires you to have your physical ID as well. 500,000 people have already added a driver's license or ID to the California DMV Wallet app. The pilot program launched last year and is capped at 1.5 million participants. Meta announced a new app called Quest HDMI Link for the Quest 2, the Quest 3, and the Quest Pro headsets that can connect to a device with an HDMI or DisplayPort and then send that information to the Quest display so you can watch videos or view your desktop screen or play games inside the Quest but from another device. You do need a UVC and UAC compatible capture card and an HDMI to USB-C cord. The app is available now from Meta's App Lab. The Financial Times sources say SoftBank may not work with Intel to build next-gen AI processors for its Project Izanagi initiative due to issues on Intel's side with volume and speed. On that note, SoftBank is reportedly in discussions with TSMC on chips designed to rival NVIDIA's AI GPUs in performance. Primate Labs launched a new benchmarking utility tool called Geekbench AI that measures AI workloads on a device's CPU, GPU, and NPU. The tool has been in preview under the name Geekbench ML since 2021, evaluating performance based on accuracy and speed, with support for frameworks like Onyx, Core ML, TensorFlow Lite, and OpenVINO. Scores are based on full precision, half precision, and quantized, and the tool is now available on Windows, macOS, Linux, Android, and iOS. On Wednesday, Google's Threat Analysis Group, or TAG, said it disrupted Iran-sponsored efforts to attack campaigns of both President Biden and President Trump. TAG said it detected a steady pattern of phishing attempts from the Iranian APT42 hacking group to get into email accounts of senior campaign officials on both sides, but that TAG was able to block them. The tactics included impersonating think tanks like the Washington Institute for Near East Policy and the Brookings Institution. Finally, it's the end of an era. After almost 30 years, Microsoft's Windows team announced in a blog post it plans to remove the 32 gigabyte size limit for FAT32 partitions in Windows 11 and increase it to 2 terabytes, which FAT already supports. This will be part of the Windows 11 Canary test build. It only applies to command line formatting for now. The 32 gigabyte limit goes all the way back to Windows 95. And even though Windows can already read FAT32 partitions that are up to 2 terabytes in size, now you can create one without a third-party tool. For more discussion of the tech news of the day, subscribe to dailytechnewsshow.com. Do it now. You can find show notes and links to all these headlines there as well. I'm Sarah Lane. Thank you for listening. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you Monday.